Hello there, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about everything I dislike about patch 9.2 Eternity's End. Now, this is a two-parter. I do have another video about everything that I like about the patch, and if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description or in the top right of this video. So yeah, this video is specifically going to be about everything that I don't like about the patch, and yeah, this was pretty interesting, so maybe this one will probably get more views than the like one. I would imagine it probably will, let's be honest. But guys, before we jump into everything that I don't like, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2, 10.0 alpha beta, any sort of MMO content, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Okay, so let's talk about everything that I personally don't like on patch 9.2. Now, I spend a lot of time on the PTR. As you guys know, I'm streaming it most of the time, so if you want to check out like content like that, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Wait, didn't I just do that? Oh. Anyway, I'm on the PTR a lot. I spend a lot of time on the PTR. I stream it, I learn about it, I see the development process, I see the ins and outs and the good and the bad, and this is the video that I planned, and this is a video that I wanted to do at the end of the PTR cycle, which is right now. So, let's talk about it. Let's just dive in. First and foremost, I really don't like the timers on the Cypher of the First One system. The Cypher of the First One system is the zone-wide system of Zereth Mortis. This is the kind of casuals playground. This is where you're going to unlock a lot of rewards and daily quests and world quests and things like that, and Protoform synthesis and just general casual activities in Zereth Mortis. Now, if you don't know, there's a lot of timers on this system. There's a bunch of timers on this system, some ranging from 6 days to 18 hours to 5 seconds. There's a lot, right? And the whole thing, I think, takes like over 30 days in actual real time if you were to click it like literally one after the other or something like that. It might be less now, I'm not sure. But I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I think it's annoying. I would much prefer it, and this is just my opinion, obviously, I would prefer it if it was a higher currency and no time at all, where you can do it at your own pace. If you want to go out and farm the currency and no life it and do what you want to do and play at your own pace, then I think that is a better way to do it. I think it's annoying that you play and you're having a good time, because I feel like most WoW players just want to get lost in the content and have a good time with it, and it's annoying to farm the currency, click a button, then you come back in 6 days and click another button and wait another 3 days and then click another button and wait 18 hours, etc, etc, etc. And it's annoying. Now, I gotta add, actually, just for argument's sake, this is only on your main. Actually, one thing that I didn't add to my like video is that on an alt, it's actually instant. So if you have unlocked it on your main, it is actually instant for your alts, which I think is a good thing. But the initial timers are very annoying. And again, this is my opinion. This is how I feel about it. Maybe that's not for everyone, but that is one thing I really don't like about the patch. Now, as a casual as well, this is another thing I don't like, is that there's no deterministic gearing. So in Korthia, obviously you had the casual gearing, you had the Korthia gearing system, where you could upgrade the items and things like that, and you could say, oh, I want a cloak, and you get your cloak, and you upgrade it, and do all that kind of stuff. Now, in Zereth Mortis, there's nothing like that. There is the 226 items, which are the kind of beginner gear, which is like kind of low item level. There's also 246 gear for these relics, and the relics are super hard to come by. I wouldn't even consider that gearing. It's kind of an extra transmog unlocking thing, and it's an absolute nightmare of a currency. But there's no actual upgradable gear in Zereth Mortis. Now, to upgrade the item level of your world quests and daily rewards, it's actually through the Cypher as well, which is time gated, as I mentioned, which is annoying. So you can't just get one piece of gear and then upgrade it through Cypher's the First One currency or anything like that. It's, you know, if you get a 233, you have to wait until you've upgraded your Cypher to get a 252 if you want to do that, which I think is kind of annoying, and you can't like specifically target anything, so it's just random. So like one day there'll be a pair of shoulders, another day there'll be a chest, braces, ring, whatever. You can't target it, it's just gearing through world quests and dailies that are completely random, and I don't like that at all, in all honesty. As someone that doesn't really Mythic Plus or raid a ton, you know, and there's a lot of people that don't do that as well, I think that's not a good feature for Zereth Mortis. Now, I'll be remiss if I didn't talk about reputation in Zereth Mortis with the Enlighten. Now, if you don't know, this is actually still very important. I know they removed the legendary belt from it, but they have still got the legendary power on there. That requires revered reputation. Now, that is account-wide, which I think is great, but it's a really horrible grind. Like, back in the first iteration of Reputation on the PTR, World Quest were giving like 220 Reputation, and it was quite nice. It was quite a nice little grind, but now it's gone down to like 100. Rares are giving like 10 rep, which doesn't even sound worth it. And the weirdest and most annoying thing of everything in the entire zone is that daily quests do not give Reputation. And I thought this might have been a bug, But it wasn't. No, it's still very much not a thing, which is actually really annoying because the world quests and the dailies are in like similar positions, and obviously they reset at very similar times as well. So you're out there doing world quests which give rep, and there's about 3 of those in the zone once you've unlocked the 3rd one through the Cypher system, which we mentioned earlier. But the daily quests only give currency. They give Cosmic Flux, they give Cypher the first ones, and they can sometimes give gear as well. So that's really weird. Originally, there was a chance of like a 250 rep token from there, but that's now gone. I haven't seen that for a long time, so I assume that's been removed, which is a shame. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. So the reputation grind is a little bit miserable. It's a little bit annoying. The bi-weekly quest does give a decent amount of rep, which is quite nice. But yeah, the reputation grind in general is not as good as it can be. I personally would have loved it if they had hand-ins or repeatable quests or just content that you can, you know, as I said before, play at your own pace. You know, if you want to farm it out really quick and be a no-life person, then that's fine, right? Or you can do it at your own pace. But that's just me, and that's just my kind of way of thinking with this game. Speaking of legendary belt, this one grinded my gears a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So this item is actually received from the story quest. This has actually now been added to the story quest instead of reputation, which I think is good. I think that's a good change. However, this item is 265 item level. It has a legendary power, it is exclusively a belt, and it has predetermined stats. Now that's all fine, I don't mind that, but it's extremely annoying that you can't upgrade it. This item is not upgradable. Now, the new item level for legendaries in patch 9.2 is 291, so this is 265, which is still, it's not a bad item level, admittedly, but it's not amazing. And you're not going to get that 291 second legendary until you craft it when you get revered with Zeref Mortis, or the Enlightened, sorry. So, yeah, I don't know why it's not upgradable. I think it should be, in all honesty. Making people go to the auction house and buy that super expensive vessel for a 291 legendary when they want to upgrade it is super annoying. I would have preferred it if if you wanted to, you could have the 265 belt, put Cosmic Flux in it, and turn it into a 291 belt if you really want to. Maybe have another prerequisite of something, I don't know, but not having that belt being upgradable is actually super irritating, and I don't know why they didn't do that, in all honesty. I probably should have mentioned this during the rep thing, but the Conduit upgrades as well in 9.2 are a little bit irritating. So they are tied to reputation, the Enlightened once again, but they're not account bound, which is annoying for most people, right? If you just play one character, it's fine. So Friendly and Revered are the 2 reputations that do give the Conduit kind of like upgrades across the board. That's not account bound. That's not something you can trade between characters, which is unfortunate, really. So if you do have another character that has really low item level of their conduits, they have to grind that rep as well, because the reputation obviously is not account bound. So yeah, that kind of grinds my gears. That's still time for changes. You know, we're not at the patch launch right now. There might be feedback that people might give and they might actually change it down the line, but as of right now, those conduit upgrades are not account bound, and you have to farm out the reputation on alts if you want to get them. Another thing, actually, is the lack of flying exclusive content. So flying is obviously a big part of this zone. You unlock it on week 3, I think, of the content, and there's no flying exclusive like areas or anywhere to explore, really. There is stuff on the map. If you look at the map, there's like little points of the map that look like you can fly to them, but unfortunately you can't, which is a shame. And I really like that about like Burning Crusade. Remember, like there was like different areas that you could explore once you get flying, and I think that should have been definitely something in Zeref Mortis. I think that would have been really cool to have. Not even like anything important, just like fun little areas, maybe some Easter eggs there, maybe I don't know, a rare or 2, I don't know, just like fun little areas giving you a reason to unlock flying. Really, unlocking flying in Zeref Mortis is just a convenience thing, just to let you do world quests and dailies a lot easier. And it's alright, but, you know, another gripe I have with flying is that you're constantly in combat. All the time, whenever you're flying around. Flying in Zeref Mortis is literally a thing you do, but you don't, right? You're constantly in combat with these birds all the time. You can't leave your character flying anywhere without these birds attacking you. And then if you go over to the sandy bit, that's where it gets really annoying, because those guys dismount you in the air. So that's even worse. So it is annoying, and it's convenient to fly, but it is really, yeah, you're always in combat, you're always getting dismounted. It's just, you know, you get places faster, I guess, and you could probably outrun a lot of the NPCs, but if you leave it, you know, more than 10 minutes, you're dead. You're brown bread. You're donezo. So, yeah, flying's okay. I like the unlock now. I think they've done a good job with the unlock. Now, I did mention this in the video. I actually really like the Protoform synthesis system. I do have one problem with it, though. The one problem I have with this system is that you can't open it wherever you like. So there's a lot of materials that you need to create these mounts. You need to kind of go back and go, right, this is what I need. Maybe you know, get a notepad or something like that, but you can't open it wherever you like. So there's 2 areas on the map where they are, which are fine, you know, that it's whatever. but it's annoying having to go back there, remember what you're making, and remember what materials you need, and then go out and get them. Now, just opening it, like a professional window would have been really nice. I did see if there was a possibility of doing it for a macro or an add-on. Apparently that's not doable, unfortunately. It might be, I don't know, but a couple of add-on developers said that's probably not something that's possible. Now, I know they did that in Mechagon as well, but it's just annoying because there's so many as well. You can look it up on Wowhead. Obviously, Wowhead will have all the materials that you need, so that's fine. But still, just the ability to open it in-game would be nice and not having to go all the way over to that area just to remember what you need to make this mount or pet. Another feature, which is not the worst feature in the world, but the timing is more annoying than anything, and the execution of it, is the creation catalyst. If you don't know what this is, essentially this is the tier set creator. So the way that it works is that you get a Season 3 item, a Shadowlands Season 3 item, throw it into the thing, and it will create a tier set out of it. It will just convert it into a tier set with the tier set stats and things like that, which is fine. But the gear from Zeref Mortis, the gear that we were talking about earlier, is not upgradable into tier sets. So if you're a casual and you don't raid, you can't get tier sets, which is a shame in all honesty. Even if you just want it for transmog, because it converts it into the same item level. So if you have like a 252, which is normal item level, you put that in the thing, it will give you a normal mode item, which is really great. But yeah, the gear that you get from Zeref Mortis, even at 252 and 233, cannot be turned into tier sets, which I think is really weird. It's also coming out 8 weeks, 2 months after the patch, which is a long time, and I wouldn't have minded it a bit earlier than that, maybe, after the Mythic is down or something, I don't know, but yeah, 8 weeks is a long time for that to come out, so I guess it's just bad luck protection, essentially, but I like the system, but it's got its flaws, for sure. And finally, my last thing is just Torghast. Torghast is getting some new layers in 9.2, which is fine, but there's not really any creativity there. There's maybe some Zeref Mortis creatures in there, very briefly, but other than that, it's the same sort of stuff you're used to. They are adding the Jailer's Gauntlet, which I did mention is a good thing, but the new Torghast layers on the existing wings are very uncreative, and they probably should have added a way to get Ash and Cinders in Zeref Mortis in 9.2 content instead of having to make you go back to Torghast and do that, because as I mentioned, you do need to make a new legendary eventually in 9.2, so you will need those Ash and Cinders. However, they did add a vendor to be able to trade them across and things like that, which is fine, but yeah, no way of getting Ash and Cinders outside of Torghast, really, or a good amount of Ash and Cinders at least outside of Torghast. So yeah, there's going to be new wings. I think it goes up to 16. I think that's the final layer of the new Torghast. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's it, guys. That is all pretty much everything that I don't like about the patch. There probably would be a ton more things if I put my mind to it. I'm sure after I stop recording, I'll be like, oh yeah, I don't like this or this or this. This is annoying. But that's basically all I got. Guys, let me know down below what you think of this video. As I said, I do have a like video if you want to see everything I really enjoy about the patch. You could check it out wherever the top right of the screen is or in the description below this video. That'd be super cool if you could check that out as well. Yeah, there you go, guys. Patch 9.2 launches on February 22nd. Let's see how this video ages. And let me know down below, guys, what you think of the patch if you're watching this after the patch is launched. Love to know what you guys think. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2, 10.0 alpha beta, any other MMO or World of Warcraft content, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.